Hey everyone, it's Charlie and I'm back. In this video, we're going to talk about researching your target market. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Charlie Alexander and I have been a lifelong entrepreneur. At this stage of my life, I want to help people who are career weary and want to start their first business achieve each and every one of their goals. So as I mentioned, this video is about researching your target market. You know, way too often people do not do enough research into the target market or the industry that they want to start their business in. And that's really surprising because today with the internet, it is so much easier to do very in-depth research. Lack of research and planning is definitely one of the major reasons why there's such a high failure rate in small businesses. But it doesn't have to be that way. So some of the key points I want to cover in this video, besides using the internet, you can research the suppliers to a specific type of business, find out who their reps are, maybe buy them a cup of coffee and ask them about the business you're thinking about going into. Sometimes you can find out who the most experienced and long-term employees of a similar type business are and speak with them. Grassroots research like that is just a matter of knowing what you want to know and leveraging the available resources to learn the answers to the questions that you have. Another really powerful and free research tool is the US Census Bureau. So that's the main key point. And in today's video, I just want to talk about the ABCs of researching a business. As I mentioned, the internet makes this so much easier. I mean, you don't even need to speak to a person. You can do so much in-depth research once you get familiar with search engines and digging in deeper and looking for links within websites, all sorts of different techniques like that. There's literally a plethora of information available right at your fingertips. For example, you can check how old or how long a company has been in business just by accessing the Secretary of State for the domicile state of that business. You can also get a sense of just how developed and mature the company is by going through their website and reading maybe backstories, looking how far back the blogs go, if they have one. You can figure out who the owners or primary key people are and find them on LinkedIn. LinkedIn can give you a good sense of that person's experience and how long they've been in the game. As I mentioned, the US Census Bureau is a really powerful tool. It's a little more difficult to navigate through, but not impossible. You can certainly figure it out and learn how to work your way through it. And the information on there is non-biased and very broad scoped for any particular industry or type of business. Additionally, the information from the Census Bureau is great for identifying trends, and you can even tie that to geographic regions and see if a particular type of business is succeeding in one area of the country and not as much in another area. It's very powerful. Or in other words, if one area of the country is showing growth in general business terms or a slowdown in general business terms, not specifically related to any one industry, that increase or slowdown in business may be related to the population. There may be an increase or a decline in the population. You can take a look at population growth based on a number of different categories like median income, age, the economy, business climate, education levels, and many, many more different categories. Really, the information available at the US Census Bureau is staggering and can sometimes be a little overwhelming, but you'll figure out how to work your way through it. That being said, a solely digital means of research isn't always your best option, and it definitely is not your only option. As I mentioned before, you want to be mindful, just always have it in the back of your mind what information it is you're trying to find out. And you may come to find that just through conversations with people in your normal everyday life, if you bring it out and talk about it, you'll find out that they or someone they know has information that could be beneficial to you. I mentioned before, we call this grassroots research. Okay, so here's just an idea kind of off the top of my head. You're thinking about opening a retail location that's going to serve the public. You go to Costco in your normal everyday shopping and you notice people on their badge not only have their name, but the years they've been with Costco. They probably have a lot of experience in dealing with the public from a retail perspective. You could just chat with them, ask them about their experience working with Costco. And here's a key factor. Costco is a massive company, and those folks typically get really great training in differing areas of dealing with the public in the retail setting. That's just one way of getting exposure to experienced people for free. Another way to approach it, Grassroots, is, determine a local business that seems to be doing well. You can go in and ask the owner if they'd be willing to sit down and have a cup of coffee with you and just chat about what their experiences has been. You'd be surprised, a lot of them will. And then you could try to find out who some of their seasoned and experienced employees are and do the same thing. Just offer to buy them a cup of coffee, sit down and chat. Ask them their feelings about the business. You'd be amazed how open people will be. If you want some more information or a step-by-step look at the psychological and mechanical aspects of starting and running a business, I invite you to check out my online program. I've got a program that starts at less than $1 a day. So this is not a big financial commitment, and you can kind of dip your toe in this and really get a sense of what you're headed into when starting your first business. I will promise you this, by doing your research and using my program as a tool, you will increase your chances of success. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, please go ahead, like the video, subscribe, and hit that little bell button so you'll get notifications the next time I post another video. Have a great day.